Listen, brother. Going back to the previous videos that I've made, the one called They Don't Have Good Intentions Towards You, right? So today we're going to do a video in regards to that on how to lift yourself up after you get played, after, they do you wrong, basically, like how to deal with yourself and all those broken pieces after you trusted someone with everything you have and you thought that they were different, but in reality they weren't. You know what I mean? So we're going to do the video. Shout out to Reddit Nun 9393. He commented on that video. He wanted, specific video, which is going to be this one in regards to that. You see, there's all those people out there, bro, that, come into your life. They all play, the good boy, the good girl. They drag you in and you start to believe that they're different, and they play you, they lead you on, they drag you, and mentally you get attached to these people, bro, and before you know it, your heart's broken all over again, bro. You feel so disappointed. You feel so used. You feel like a fucking doormat. Even though you told yourself that you weren't going to do this again, there's that one specific person that you really trusted and you really fell for, because you felt all the connection was there. You felt like they were different, so you went ahead and jumped straight into it, right? But yeah, they started using you. They started stepping all over you. They started taking advantage of you. But somehow, between those, the cycle of getting to know them to jumping straight into it, bro, you got brainwashed, bro. You got brainwashed. So every time you told yourself, I'm gonna leave this person, I'm done doing this stuff, But you fell back to your old habits. You fell back into the person you were. While you were with that person that actually hurt you, that caused you to go through all this, you fell for it again. And yet, you still have not learned. And yet, you're still showing up and you're still showing interest in these people, bro, man. They don't care about you. They never did it. They never did, they never will. Because you're such a good person and such a positive person that they need that in their life, so they take you for granted. So they drag you in and they use you because they know that if they brainwash you just a little bit, you're going to stay there. And they know that you're not going to leave. And it's like being in a whole ass relationship that you mentally check out way before you leave. And the minute that you do leave, bro, your whole body goes into survival mode. And you go through all these stages all over again, but for what? When in reality, you told yourself you weren't going to do that shit again. And here you are, being stepped on all over again. You see, when you go through all that BS in life, man, you need to understand that these people do not care about you. They never did, they never will, just like I said before. They're going to drag you and drag you and drag you, bro. They're going to drain your energy, bro. They take the energy from your soul. Have you not seen a couple that is not happy, bro, and the guy just uses the woman, or vice versa? The person that's using the other person looks happier, looks healthier, looks better. But then the other person that's being drained, their soul is being drained, bro. So they look worse. They look like shit. They look fucking miserable. So you need to understand that these people are draining your energy. And did you know that the minute that they leave them, their energy goes up and they start to look better. But then the other person that was using them starts to look like shit. It's crazy to me how that shit works, man, but it's true, man. These people who have no good intentions towards you, bro, they're gonna drain you. Mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually, bro. Especially up here, bro, because your mind is the biggest enemy that you got. So when you go through all that BS, after you told yourself that you weren't gonna do it and you gotta pick up those broken pieces once again, and you hit that dark hole, rock bottom again, you need to lift yourself up again, bro. So if you go down 8 times, your ass better be getting up 9. man, because fuck these people, bro. They will never care for you, man. But after that, man, I hope it's a lesson learned, bro, because God is going to keep doing this to you until you learn that lesson, until you learn that these people do not care about you and that your good, kind heart is not deserved by everybody, by the people that actually do deserve it. It's like the guy and the girl who get hurt, but then once they meet, they're so scared to commit because of how hurt and how much damage they've gone through in life. And that's where a true love story goes away. That's where a true person that really would care about you and take care of you has gone away and is now being dealt by somebody else that's probably hurting them at this very moment. Taking them for granted once again. You know what I mean? So, when you are all alone in the dark, your body goes into survival mode and you start going through all this bullshit again, you need to lift yourself up, bro. You need to understand that it's part of life. If you still have not learned that lesson, bro, you're going to have to keep going through it and going through it again and again and again. And you're not going to be at peace with yourself until God says you have gone through it, you have experienced it, and you've moved on. That's the only way you're going to be at peace with yourself. So that's number one, bro. You need to understand that. You need to understand that that was a lesson. That is a lesson that you need to be understood by. And once you do that, bro, you need to lift yourself up by going to the gym, by eating healthier, by doing things on your own. Go out to eat by yourself, man, because you get to do that on your own time, on the day that you want to go. And you spend the money that you want on yourself, not nobody that's going to be wasting your time. Go to the movies, go watch the movies that you want to watch, not the ones you don't. Go by yourself, man. Buy yourself some fucking popcorn or something. Do it by yourself, man. Nobody cares. But who does care is you, bro, because you're doing it by yourself, man. You get to develop such a good habit that you love to be alone, bro. That even if a person shows up into your life, man, they're going to have to work 3 times as hard to get your fucking attention. Because of how many times you've been stepped on, as many times that you've been used, as many times as you were taken for granted, bro. As you start doing these things by yourself, man, you start to develop a self-love that nobody can overcome or defeat on you. You start going to the gym, bro. You start building these healthy habits. And you become addicted to it. You become so addicted to it that nobody in this world can, get in your way, man. Because you get to a point where you're so hurt, you picked up all the pieces, you glued them together, that nobody is going to come into your life and destroy that shit within a couple seconds. Because, my boy, you need to refuse that type of service. You are worthy of love. You are worthy of finding somebody who truly loves you. You are worthy of all of that. But in order to find that, you got to be working on yourself. You need to start working on your mental health, your emotions. You need to allow yourself to feel those emotions. Not hide them, because if you put them in a box and you throw them away and you forget about it and you avoid it, later on, from my experience, comes and bites you in the ass. Because let's say you find somebody and that box of karma or things that you've been neglecting for so long is going to come back and get in between that. So it's good to deal with all of this trauma, all of this, whatever you're going through right now while you're alone. So by the time God says He is ready, He will gift you the right woman or the right man. Because you will be fully healed, you will be fully at peace with yourself, and you will be able to love yourself. Because you can't love somebody else if you can't love yourself. And just because you can't love yourself doesn't mean you're going to find that love in somebody else. That's not how it works, bro. So start going to the gym, bro. Start building your dream physique, your dream body. It doesn't have to be weights. It can be, what do you call that shit? Pilates. Calisthenics. You can do, what is that shit called? You can do cardio, bro. I don't know. Zumba. There's some older women in this gym, bro, that do Zumba, bro, and they're happy as shit. I'm jealous because of that. There's old people playing pickleball, bro, and that's their cardio, bro. They're happy with it. So pick on something that you want to do, bro. For me, it's weights. It's always been weights, bro. Know what I mean? So you gotta lift yourself up, bro, because this heartbreak is not the end of you. It's a journey that you gotta go through because God is not done with you. Because if you were able to wake up today, bro, if you were able to wake up today and restart and refresh on a Monday, God is still not done with you. The day he is done with you is the day you don't fucking wake up. So every day that you wake up, bro, that's when you got to give it your all. Remember of all those people that use you. All the people that said that got good intentions towards you. Use that as fuel. Use that as motivation to grow up. Use that to grow within yourself, brother. That's all you got to do. Every rep that you do, bro, it's like throwing a punch at them in the face. Because the minute you walk out those doors, bro, you walk out with a very, very clear mind. And you're ready to attack the day, bro. And you feel so goddamn good. You know? And then for me, man, personally, I don't believe in all that depression shit where you fall and you sit in the corner or whatnot. We go through it, yeah. For a day or two, maybe. But after that, it's like you can't really sit there all day, bro. You got to go out and do something with yourself. You got to figure out what you're going to do to fix those little broken pieces. How to figure that heart out once again. That's the only way to do it, bro. You got to keep showing up every single day. And that's what I keep telling people, bro. If you show up every single day, you will become so disciplined and you will become so addicted and consistent in the things that you do in life that no girl or man can come into your life and disrupt that because they have to fit in your schedule. They have to fit in whatever it is that you're working on in order for them to have your time. Because if they don't fit within your schedule, then it's not worth it. If they're not supportive towards it, then fuck them. You know, they're not the only person in this world that, you know, they're going to be supportive towards it. But watch, once you fucking make it, they're going to be like, oh, I know this fool. I know this guy. We used to date when in reality they're just lying, bro. People don't always have good intentions. And the day that you find someone with really good intentions is the day they're going to have to work 3 times as hard to fit in your goddamn life. To fit it within your schedule. To fit whatever needs that you may have. You know, you might even come to a point in your life where you're not even looking for someone. And you're so happy being alone that you don't want anybody disrupting your peace. Because, bro, think about it, bro. You go years with someone, right? Thinking that they're the love of your life. And then it all goes to shit like that. And just the fact of thinking, bro, of like starting over. What's your favorite color? What you've gone through? What are your past traumas? Like all these questions, bro. Like it's so time consuming, bro. Like no, like I don't know. It's not really worth it. But just know that if you're going through it, bro, I'm telling you, you're worthy of love. And that love is your self-love, bro. It's loving yourself. This right here, bro, is you versus you. In this world of chaos, in this life, you know, that is a mess. You know, that's what we say. Life is a beautiful mess, and that's what it comes with. God is testing you every fucking day, bro. And if you got a karma to pay, bro, there's no way to avoid it. Legit. If he sends you someone into your life, it's to teach you a lesson. You know what I mean? So, understand that even the people that use you, even though they showed you and told you that they have good intentions, there's always a lesson to be learned. And it's not the end of the world. Maybe at that given moment, yes, but life goes on, bro. Life continues because the sun is shining somewhere around the world. And while you're sleeping, bro, that motherfucker still comes up. If you're up or not. You know what I mean? So just know that. But if you are someone that has the moon in front of you, you're going to lose them if you keep counting the fucking stars. So get your shit together, brother. Just keep showing up. Start giving a shit about yourself. Put yourself first for once, bro. Because you are worthy of love, brother. You are. Always remember that. I'll catch y'all tomorrow, bro. God bless.
How am I supposed to let you walk away? How am I supposed to let you go?